The Leafs lose in the greatest way possible. The shootout. You all know that was sarcasm. I don't need to tell you that, even though I just did. 2-1 to the Calgary Flames in the shootout. And you know what? This game, I was ready to come here and just go crazy, but I'm just going to sit here and say one thing. Tip of the cap, Dave Rittich. The winner of this game, the only reason the Flames got a point in this game was Dave Rittich. How many 10-bell saves did that guy make in this one? I mean, it was a ton. At least one or two on Austin Matthews. At least one on Kapanen in overtime. A great one on Nylander after he made, I think it was, I don't know who it was, Clington maybe? It looked absolutely stupid, right? So there was lots of big shots, big chances for the Leafs in this one. They just couldn't beat, they just could not beat Dave Rittich. An incredible game by him. Finds a way to get to the shootout where the Leafs are awful at it and the Flames are good at it, and that's exactly what happened as they win. Are now 5-0 in shootouts. So the Flames and the Leafs are 0 and I think now 3 or 0-2 or something like that in shootouts. And the Leafs get a pity point, a stupid point, and you got to move on from it. It sucks. I hate the shootout. It's a terrible way to end the game. Both teams played fantastic. The Leafs, in my eyes, played the better hockey game. Trying to stay away from the biased Leaf fan standpoint. But if you look at the scoring chances and the amount of top quality chances, the Leafs definitely had the more quality chances. And you ran into a hot goalie, a red hot goalie in today's game. And it just happens sometimes. How many times is Austin Matthews going to have 9 shots on net and not score? It happened today, especially one. It was a beautiful feed across the ice. I forgot who, I think it was Janssen, if I'm not mistaken, made the pass across the ice. And Matthews it looked like it was just a kind of like a redirection shot. And he had it, and Rittich somehow came across and got it with the blocker and steered it away. I don't know how he did it. He did an amazing job. And like I said, tip of the cap to the guy for an incredible hockey game he played tonight. But as we've said lately, we got to look at the first periods, right? Because that's where things lie. How did the Leafs play in the first? And that really tells you how this game is going to go out. Well, the shots on goal were 10-9 in favor of the Buds in that first period. However, it was a 0-0 game after one period of play. So as I've said before, I'll take that, though. You're not trailing after one period, so we'll move on from it. The problem, though, in the second period, Derek Ryan tips in a Travis Hamonic point shot, 5-hole on Frederik Andersen, and the Flames take the 1-0 lead. That right there scared me a bit. The reason I say that is because the way this game was playing out, when that goal happened at 7:34 of the second period, Dave Rittich has made a huge save after big save already in this game. So I'm thinking to myself, are the Leafs actually going to be able to score today? And not to the Leafs not trying, because heck, they sure as hell were out there. And in that second period, the Leafs take 15 shots. They take 12. We take 15 shots, still can't beat Rittich. The Leafs have taken 25 shots at this point and can't beat Dave Rittich. Well, we go move to the third period, and the Leafs get a power play about 8:35 in. Tavares comes down from the point and finds William Nylander. He waits, and Nylander gets body position in front, and Tavares centers the puck to him, and he tips it up and over the blocker of Dave Rittich into the back of the net, and we're tied at 1. William Nylander with his 21st goal in the year, 10 goals in his last 13 games for Nylander, and Tavares and Barrie grab assists, and the Leafs have tied the hockey game. They found a way to solve Rittich. Incredible. And like I said, I just said not too long ago about the Janssen pass to Matthews and the crazy save by Rittich. That was after that goal. So it would have or I think it might have been before, but either way, it was in the third period, and it either would have tied the game or given the Leafs the lead at that point in time. So, it just happens sometimes where you run into a red-hot goalie. The last time the Leafs had not scored 3 goals in a hockey game, in Calgary, against Dave Rittich. So, you got to give the guy credit. He somehow finds a way to play really well against a really good offense in the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you give the guy credit. He played an incredible hockey game. 1 goal on 36 shots, for Dave Rittich, 35 saves in this one. He's been great for Calgary, and he was great yet again today. Now, nothing to take away from Frederik Andersen, though. He allowed 1 goal on 32 shots, and it's unfortunate that the Leafs couldn't find a way to bury one for him in regulation, overtime, or even a shootout, because they didn't even bury one in the shootout, because they're 5-0, and we're not. We're 0-3, or 0-2, or whatever it is. And, once it went to overtime, I thought, this is the Leafs' chance to win. You go to overtime. And the big thing about overtime that I've found watching 3-on-3 for as long as it's been now, you got to win that offensive zone, or that first face-off of overtime. Because look what happened. They won the draw Not only did they get the first chance where Freddie had to be unbelievable, they had the first 2.5 minutes. They had the puck. The Leafs didn't get the puck for the first 2.5, so you had Marner and Matthews out there, but they couldn't get out of their own end. And then they did get out of their own end. They had some big chances, but Dave Rittich, being what he was today, made big save after big save. And then a questioning thing that I have for you guys. Late in that overtime, okay, the Leafs have the puck in their own end with about 50 seconds to go in overtime. Marner's out there with John Tavares. And they're out of their zone. They break it out. They get into the offensive zone. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, Marner's out there. Why isn't Austin Matthews out there? In overtime with under a minute to play. It's not like he's going to get another shift. Did he just come off? I don't know. I want to hear your guys' take on that because, I don't know if that was Sheldon Keefe or if Matthews just came off, but Marner was on. So I don't know. Nylander was playing with Tavares that entire overtime, so I don't know what happened there. But it seemed that they were going with Tavares and Marner, and clearly nothing happened. For the rest of that overtime, it goes to the shootout, and then I just sit down and I'm like, well, this sucks. Because I was not entertaining the shoot. I'm just sitting there like this. I'm like, oh, they score. I'm like, okay, well, you need to score to keep it alive. But we all know that's going to go. And I don't know who it was. Was it Marner maybe coming out on the last shot? I think it was. And Dave Rittich saves it. And I get up and I'm like, well, that's it. Another shootout loss because it's stupid. It's a terrible way to end hockey. Even if the Leafs won that game. Even if they won that game in the shootout, I'd still come on and say the same damn thing. Because you know why? I feel that way. The shootout sucks. Freddie said that after the last time we lost in a shootout against Winnipeg, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't blame him. It's a terrible way to end a hockey game. You had a goalies duel today. It was an incredible game to watch. And then you ended it like that. It's terrible. It's a terrible way to end it. Like I've always said, 5 more minutes of that game is over. And if it's not, fine, shootout. Give me a shootout after that. But no. Nope, that's the way it has to end today, and the Leafs fall, like I said, to 1 in overtime, shootout, to the Calgary Flames, and now fall to 25-16-7 on the year. And Frederik Andersen, like I said, 1 goal and 32 shots, a .94 save goals against average, and a .969 save percentage. So great number for Freddie. Just unfortunately couldn't get any goals for him. And as we know, the points were Nylander with the goal on the power play from Tavares and Tyson Barrie. And that was it for the Leafs in this one. All right. Now, the focus does turn now to Saturday night as the Leafs are still at home as they take on the Chicago Blackhawks at Scotiabank Arena. Now, just because Chicago is not a playoff team right now, just because the Stanley Cup years are kind of behind them and everything, you cannot take these guys lightly. They have won 3 straight games. Robin Lehner is an incredible goaltender. We saw that last year with the New York Islanders. That is a great hockey team over there. They're playing inspired. They're 22-20-6 on the year. They've won 3 straight. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're playing really good hockey right now. You got to come out flying. And as I've said in all the videos lately, look at the first period. And if there's no score in the first period, okay, then who gives me the first goal? That's kind of what we go off of. If you give me the first goal and the first period, okay, if there's no goal scored in the first period, then it's just who scores the first goal. You look at that mentality going into any hockey game, and you'll see a lot of wins. If that happens every game for the Leafs, they're going to win almost every single game. They'd have probably the best record in the NHL. You got to come out flying. You got to score that first goal. All right? You do that on Saturday. You get the momentum. You score that first goal, and you lead after 1 period of play, then the recipe is pretty damn good moving forward. But they have to do that. They didn't do it to... What'd they do against Jersey? They were up 4-0, if I'm not mistaken, or 3-0, or whatever it was before they scored. I think it was 3-0. 4? 3 or 4-0 before the Devils even scored a goal. But it was okay. You were already up, so you piled on some more goals, and you won the game. Now, yes, you're playing New Jersey. It's not very good. And you obviously played Calgary, a much better hockey team today. But you didn't score in the first. You weren't trailing after the first. Okay, so what's the next thing we think about? The first goal of the hockey game. Calgary scored that. Yes, you lost in a shootout and you got a point, but you lost the game. So you go into that Chicago game, guys, where I'm going to keep an eye on it. I hope you guys are too. That first period. If there's nothing there, who scores the first goal in the second or the third period? And that should be your winner. Maybe not all the time it's that case. Like the Leafs again, like the Leafs in Calgary. The Leafs had a 2-1 lead going into the third period. You think that's a victory, but it wasn't. So I don't know who scored the first goal in that game. I can't remember. If you guys let me know in the comments, maybe I'll be able to sum that up for you. But that was just the way it is, and that is how I'm looking into Saturday's game for the Leafs, all right? As they look to get back into the win column, maybe you win that game. You're 2-0-1 in your last 3 games, so people look at it a little bit differently at that point. Right now, you're 1-0-1 in your last 2, and you look at the span of the last, 4 games, I guess it is? Or no, is it 5 games? You're like 1-2-2 or something like that in your last 5 games? Not very pretty. But you win this game on Saturday, and then you're 2-0-1 in your last 3, which is pretty damn good, right? So you look at it a little bit differently. But they got to come out flying there on Saturday night, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and did not enjoy the ending to this game because the shootouts do suck, smack that like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys thought of the game. Would you like, would you not like from the Leafs play today? I want to hear your thoughts, though, down in the comments. Please go crazy because I want to hear your guys' opinions on what this Leaf team should do during free agency trade deadline. If they should go anywhere, they should settle for what they got right now. I don't know. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. All right, what you think this team should do moving forward, how they look today, what your expectations are Saturday against Chicago, everything, guys. Go nuts down below in the comments section, and Twitter is down below for myself, guys. Follow up, send me DM, do all that great stuff. Also, Patreon link is down below in the description, so if you guys are interested in signing up for that, the link is down below. All right, so I hope you guys do sign up for that. I really hope you guys do. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition tomorrow night as the Raptors are at home taking on the Washington Wizards at Scotiabank Arena. 7 o'clock tip-off there as the Raps look to get back-to-back victories with their healthy lineup now in action. 7 o'clock there at Scotiabank Arena. As for our Leafs, their next game is on Saturday, as we've talked about, against the Chicago Blackhawks. It's a 7 o'clock puck up there on Hockey Night in Canada. Robin Lehner and Frederik Andersen are the expected goaltenders in that one. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Talk to you guys then.